It's a cold day, but it's an exciting day over here at Pathmaker Productions. We're at Jarrod's house. We're about to rally with the 4 boys, build me a chassis for my upcoming V8 4-wheel steering buggy. So stay tuned. Let's rally a chassis together. So we got Bentech going. So all these pieces get cut in this snazzy way. We print out these sheets, you wrap around, cut your copes like that. Measurements are all here and all this stuff. That said, Trev is currently working on this thing. The file he bought off the internet. This is a homemade little pipe dragon. Sucks it through, plasma cuts it. So he's spending the morning trying to finish off this thing. In the meantime though, I'm gonna start using the cut sheets and the bandsaw, and we'll start getting this thing together. We've got some thick wall material for the bottom pieces. Keep the cage together good. So let's stop blabbing and get to work. So this thing, straight mark, line it up here, make a mark there, 20.975. Mark here, which then line this one up. I'm gonna put that much waste. And 2 real nice bird's mounts. And with the center line and this line, if you need to twist it or bend it, you can do that. Keep the copes lined up. It's marvelous. Bentech. That didn't last long. No. Well, it's like I'm working alone here because Trev's over watching videos on the internet about how to get the pipe dragon working. We moved the jig. We got the bottom 188, the thick bars set. Now it's time for some of my favorite bed frame. Gotta cut a couple pieces. We're gonna make a bit more jig to hold the front bar, the rear bar, and then we're gonna get into throwing some steel on here. And Zach is late as usual. God damn it, Zach. All right, let's cut some bed frame. So we spent a bunch of time making a jig. Now we're cutting the jig out of the way. First piece is bent up. About to bend piece number 2. So now that I bandsaw these, flapper disc them, we'll see how this fits. Because of the Bentech, that's to some extent the waste we've had out of this much material. And you can see how nice these copes end up. Real nice and tight. So, the thicker material, the bottom square. Now we're working on this one, that one, and working our way forward. Yeah, nice copes. Sweet. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm still just building chassis over here. Started at 9:30 this morning. It's 10 p.m. now. I was hoping we'd get a bit more done than this, but those guys have been playing pipe dragon stuff all day, so it's been a little bit of slow going. All right, what are we building? Well, I'm building a 4-wheel steering car. We're gonna go Super Duty, Dana 60s, front rear, so rear steer. We're gonna probably go for a 5.3 V8, and who knows what else, but what I need in my life is a buggy and an extra 100 horsepower. Man, big thanks to those 2 guys, Jarrod and Trev. Big thanks to Zach for coming out. Let's get up early and do it all again tomorrow. All right, let's call it a day. It's day 2. There's still a little bit of snow on the ground, and we're right back at it. We're getting there. I just welded up all the lower belly pan stuff, and we're gonna keep tacking more bars in. They don't want me to open this door because then we let all the warm air out. So I'm outside in the snow. So let's dive in. Day 2, some chassis building. Just finished welding everything out. We're gonna do A pillar, B pillar, and then we've got to do a big bend bar. so. Well, we just found out that we broke the last saw blade, and we can't find, there's another box around here somewhere, but now we're gonna start doing the Armstrong, the acoustic style of this fancy thing, and we're just gonna spin this by hand and see if we can plasma cut these copes out. We don't want to do it with an angle grinder, it's too messy and stinky. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go here. Oh, that's as good as a bandsaw cut. Well, here's bandsaw cut, and here's a plasma torch. So we're gonna overcome here. Zach's gonna go blind.
I'm gonna go blind.
That's my homeboy right there. Well, he's gonna keep cutting those copes out, and I'll clean them up. We'll get some more pieces welded on here.
Yeah.
It's time for some barbecue. Just a couple of meat dicks. These guys are winning over here with the pipe dragon. A little bit Aussie at lunchtime. Hell yeah.
Okay. Inside? Oh, broke the weld off. Holy shit.
Yeah, this sun's so big crooked. So yeah, thanks. Here, I think
33 up an inch.
well, because nothing's easy around here. This is a trailer jack on the JD, and we seem to have stripped it out. It doesn't like running air, pushing such big material through it, and it's stripped. So we can find the parts, do it Armstrong way, then we have to weld this somewhere. Trev is looking. He thinks he has another trailer jack somewhere in the pile. So maybe cutting this one off and re-welding up a new trailer jack. Or worst case, I go to my house, grab my JD. But when you're doing an Armstrong, you need to really fasten the base down because it twists a lot. So one step forward, two steps back. But we're getting there. It's starting to look a lot more like a race car. So we broke the hitch mount. This man did an hour round trip. Bought a new hitch mount. We welded it on. And we're back. Doing some bends in the bike corner. It's not island check at all. 45-ish. Okay, well let's crank it. And we're on this mark, yes. Time. 32. It's almost like we knew what we were doing, is what you're saying? Oh yeah. 0.1.
I bet you that's
With those two long arms. I said, close your eyes, girls. You're not going
Oh!
That's good.
to lose it. I do as
Damn, dude. Well, that's really cool. I'm getting near the end of day 2 here, but it's starting to look like a race car. Another 12-hour day, but we're winning. Day 3, we're going at it. We're about 60 man hours into this already, so we've definitely had some setbacks today. Yesterday we started the morning, we broke the bandsaw, and we couldn't find the spare bandsaw blades, so we started cutting the plasma torch. Then we broke the hitch on the bender, so Trev had to drive all the way to town, buy a new hitch. We had to weld that up. Then we broke it again. We got some bandsaw blades, so it's been one step forward, two steps back. But morning of day 3. We're gonna get this hood hung off of this thing, get the rear all cut up, and we'll move forward. Spent a lot of time tweaking, measuring, squaring things, so it all takes a bit of time, even with the bend tech. You know, if you want it absolutely perfect, you got to spend a bit of time adjusting things, recoping things, and making it good. But so far, here's the entirety of the waste for the whole cage, so it doesn't waste much material. Except these guys were testing this thing last night and they cut my rear bumper. Jarrod. Anyways, we're waiting for the other boys to show up. I'm gonna start making some noise here.
This is square.
We got the front bars lined up, 2 more to cut. Zach's working on the rear. I'll fire up the fender in a minute. Check out some of these copes coming out of Ben Tech. Like, that's pretty crazy looking cope. But look at how tight they end up. Like, those are pretty nice. Tight copes. Coming out of Ben Tech. Better than I can do.
That's discrimination.
So these guys are over there getting distracted. I'm gonna tack this in. Keep going here. Looking good. Lunchtime once again. More meat dicks. Apparently the dragon is imminent. It's been 2 days, been promised that though.
You're not wrong. Oh, no ground on it. Hold on. Oh.
Is this your first day? Ground's on the ground.
Yeah.
What are you gonna attach it to?
No, we have
To the end of the pipe?
we got a thing.
Oh. That was super anticlimactic there. Blow out your tip.
So,
I know the tip's pretty shit.
Well, that definitely didn't help it. Well, I'm excited. Nope. Going too fast.
yeah, it's 128.
In some of those curves there, it lost the cut. Remember when we talked about you guys doing like a 1 foot one? Well, that one we should almost just buck out of there now, and like that's
That off and then, yeah.
that one's numbered. That's one of the front bar ones.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. All right, that's the end of day 3. We're tired. It was another 9-hour day in the shop. We're getting there. And this thing actually cut its first cut. So Trev's gonna do some files. Finish this chassis up. It's been about a week since I've been here. You can see they've been hard at work. Part of the reason why we finished up a bit early last Sunday was Trev finally got the pipe dragon working. And he's been making files and he's been calibrating it. So in theory, we're gonna be able to fire that thing up today, which was the whole point in doing this chassis, was actually to use this thing, but they had no end of problems. Took them a few days to get it going and we just carried on. But we gotta cut a few more bars for the inside, a couple more bends. We gotta cut door bar stuff. We gotta cut engine stuff. These 2 door bar pieces came right out of the pipe dragon, and you can see how nice and tight that cope is. So that's gonna make things a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. For now, while I'm waiting on Trev, I'll see which welds I missed. I also cut some caps. So I'm gonna cap all these. So let's get this chassis finished up, get it brought home. Stoked. I also really want to show this thing working. This thing, we're calling it the pipe dragon, but a real pipe dragon is worth about 20K. And these guys didn't want to spend that sort of money. So I believe it was a $50 plan on the internet. They cut it on their plasma table. And then it was another 600, 800 bucks worth of assorted parts that they needed to get this thing to work. So we're still in the learning stages of it. So we'll show it cut in a few pieces here once Trev gets here and we get to work. Nice cope.
Oh, it took way too freaking long.
Now the pieces are ripping out. The garbage dragon's working good. Well done, sir. That's mint. The garbage dragon came together. We got all the pieces cut. About to mock them. I put them in their forever home. And then Trev actually, these guys found an LS in the junk pile out there. So we actually might be putting a motor in the front of this thing just to mock it up. You know, because it seems like a reasonable thing to do at this point. Before we put any more pieces of metal in the way. Either way, one more bend. Let's get this thing finished up. I was impressed enough with this hitch that Trev bought that I went and bought the same one for my trailer. Zero, 22 degrees, let's go. So we're trying to get an end bend of 20, but there's spring back, so we're gonna go to 22. And these guys are out there slinging up LSs. Don't you have an LS laying in a junk pile? I like that chain job. That's real nice. Real nice. It's my new motor. We're just using it for mock-up. It's not my new motor. Next, we're gonna hit the top of the cherry picker.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dripping oil on my nice bars. Oh yeah, that one was just temped on there. Now I remember. Are you about to hit the table? Towards yourself about an inch.
Oh, unless you want.
Oh yeah, that's actually kind of where it's gonna be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, it fits fine. Like an undressed LS still's got a lot of stuff to go on it, but it doesn't look huge for that opening. That's the precise sort of things we're going for around here. Man. All right, let's tack this in. Perfect. Well, now I gotta do the same thing on the other side. So door bars are tacked in. Working on the motor mounts. Oh yeah, now that we got everything cut, I wanted to show you guys. Here's all the offcuts, every single one of the fish, the offcuts. Here's the rest of the pile. And those two pieces out of 9 sticks. So really not much waste at all. Everything's cut now. There's gonna be some few filler pieces when I get it home, but we got all the pieces for the cage cut. No, exactly. Well, we're seeing problems here with Trev's design because he designed it for an inline 5 in the Volvo car, and we're it's gonna be fun to try to fit exhaust in here. We don't want to move this too much because then you get into the tire. So we're gonna move forward with it regardless, but it just might be a bitch. All right, we're pulling this block back out. I'm gonna finish welding up this cage. Looks like a V8 will fit in this thing. So we're just gonna finish this thing up. Except for the door bars, they're just gonna stay tacked in. When I get home, I'm gonna take the door bars back out so I can work on the inside. But we're almost there. Finish welding it, we're gonna flip it over. We'll weld out the bottom. We're gonna weigh it, and then I'm gonna paint it, and then I'm gonna bring it home. Well, that's not always the way it goes. We're just finishing welding it out, and we ran out of welding wire. Back again for one more round. It's always something. Box of welding wire. Throw it in this thing. Finish welding this. How are you got that picking up? Show some sparks. Check out some of these last copes that came straight out of the Dragon. That's pretty minty. So far none of it has gone twang, or has that cut anything, so that's good.
That's a good sign, yeah.
Now it's like, don't touch the hot stuff. There it is.
Not too bad.
The two of us can lift it.
Yeah.
It's more back heavy than I expected. Anyways, so I walked away in the middle of it. What's the
So
meat at the back?
if you come back here, just watch that, obviously.
Oh, because it's super hot?
Yeah.
You just welded it? Oh, I'll take that
We'll
corner.
go over that.
That's too big. Jarrod apparently has a tractor doing this by hand. Those jig pieces are nice in there too.
We should just let it nose down.
Yes. Well, I'll just slide her off of here.
It's not gonna come.
It's gonna go.
Pitch that way. Now down to the ground.
Oh, yeah. Great in the back.
We're gonna go halfway and then probably drag it again.
Yep.
These are dual design too, and they're upside down. That's rock bouncer configuration.
Cool.
I
Okay,
guess
well,
we'll
it's
put
more
some
welding.
fucking
It's first rollover. Bam!
Rock bouncer mode.
Totally, it is a rock bounce like that. Are we taking bets on how much it weighs?
Oh, yeah, I guess we gotta do that before we actually.
Yours was what, 340?
Yeah, it's 340 something, 343 or something like that.
I'm gonna say
400.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
400.
I'm gonna say, you know what?
Go 375.
I'm going 387.
You guys are insane. I was gonna go 550. No, you're right. Three of us lifted it. We wouldn't have been able to lift 550 very easily. You're right.
It was heavier than mine.
It was heavy, but it wasn't 550 pounds by three dudes
So this
heavy.
needs to happen like
It was 400 pounds by three dudes heavy.
good.
455 upside down because Jarrod put it upside down. 455. Best engines ever.
Okay, well now we know.
There we go. Plus-
It's also got steady belly.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The silver is gonna be good though. The silver hammered.
Hammer, silver.
Oh, you did the silver.
Yeah, I did the silver. I don't know. I've been black for so long, so I figured silver was something completely different.
Yeah, why not? Switch it up.
Or a big well, I'll be like, that sounds weird.
Rallied a quick coat of paint on it. We used the old Rust-Oleum hammer, which the thickness of it and the hammer hides a lot of the brush marks and everything. So, also, why am I painting it right now instead of later? It really sucks. We're out here living in the rainforest. Everything rusts so fast, and it also sucks breaking it all down later to paint it. So this way, we definitely need to do some grinding. Maybe you want to weld some things, but it's a good start. Now it's got to dry. We got to bring it home. Big thanks to these guys. Back over at Jarrod's. We're gonna load this thing up with the tractor. Put her on the trailer. So 455 pounds. Man, let's get this thing home. We got the chassis back to the house. Paint's still a little bit wet, a little bit soft, and we definitely were a little bit hard on it, moving it and everything like that. But she's home. Let's wrap this video up. There's gonna be a whole bunch of videos coming up, obviously, as I build this thing out. So stay tuned for a whole bunch more build videos. Of course, this thing, because life is like that, it's stuck on the trailer right now. I've got the Chevy Sass still on my hoist, and the only way I can pick up this 455-pound chassis is with the gin pole, and the Pathmaker is still missing a front axle shaft. We got too many projects, we got too many wheelers, but what an awesome problem to have. Stay tuned for more stuff, boys. Thanks for following along. And also, before I forget, and I said it a bunch of times already, big, huge thank you to Trev, Jarrod, Zach. If your boys aren't willing to help you out on a project, are they really your boys? So huge thank you to those guys putting a whole bunch of time in here. We built one of these for Zach a couple weeks ago. Built one for myself. We're gonna build one for Jarrod next. So if that's not the way you do projects with your boys, you need to get some better buddies. Thanks, boys, for tuning in. Thanks, guys, for helping out. Let's get this thing built, and then let's do some 4-steer V8 full throttle launches. I'm so stoked. Look at this thing. It's a good looking chassis.